What is going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? Revolution Out Cowboy here, and for the first time in a while, I'm back with a new review. This is the WWE Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure set, which is exclusively at Walmart. Keep in mind, at Walmart, not Toys R Us, like the previous Build-A-Figure sets. And for here on out, you're only going to find those sets at Walmart, which for me is actually a good thing, because where I live, we only have one Toys R Us and maybe a total of 5, 6 Walmarts. So my chances of finding a set was much better without having to go online. So with that being said, I'm going to get ready to open these guys up, review each figure, and then show which pieces are with the figure, and eventually put together Paul Bearer, which this was a set that was long overdue. People overseas got these the original Paul Bearer set, which was Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, and Damien Sandow back in 2014. So it took us about 2 years to get this new set, which features Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, Rusev, and Neville, which obviously Taker is most appropriate since, you know, Taker and Paul Bearer have always been long associated with each other. Of course, in the early years, and then maybe in later years. And real quick, rest in peace, Paul Bearer. I know it's been 3 years since his death, but you know, it's good that he finally has a figure. Anyways, I'm gonna get ready to review these guys, and of course, put together the Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure. And the words of Paul Bearer. Oh yes! The first figure we're gonna look at is The Undertaker. And even though you would think he's probably the only figure that probably belongs to this set because, you know, Paul Bearer was his manager, I'm going to do Taker first just because of what part he comes with. And, well, he's probably kind of the least desired figure, I would say. Just because, well, it's a somewhat accurate figure, but not too accurate. I mean, his attire is about the same as what he has now, even though he no longer has the full body tights. It's now, you know, he wears pants again, but other than that, it's just the same look Taker's pretty much had for the last 12 years or so. Got that long-haired head scan, even though his hairline is not that good anymore. It should be further back if they were going to do a more accurate Taker. But I guess the hair is kind of right, you know, probably is not this long anymore, but I'm pretty sure he's probably growing it back long, but it probably won't look as good. And other than that, it's just an Undertaker basic. And he has the demon, you know, face on both sides of his tights. Other than that, nothing too special. And this is the third Taker figure to appear in one of the Build-A-Figure sets. The previous one, which was the Mohawk Taker, appeared in the Booker T set. And then another one was the Elite Taker in the Corporate Kane set. So this is Taker's third appearance in a Build-A-Figure set. So I'll move Taker right here. Now, like I said, I'm doing him first because, well, his accessory is Paul Bearer's legs. I mean, I thought it would make more sense he should come with the head and the urn, but, you know, whatever. And these legs, well, they stand about in scale almost with Taker. Even though Paul Bearer should be a lot shorter, and his legs should be a lot stubbier, but, oh well. That's Mattel for you, I guess. They don't always get stuff right. But anyways, I'm going to set those legs there, and we'll get to the next piece, and the next figure. So, here's the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev. A decent figure. A little out of date now. I mean, Rusev hasn't changed too much, other than the fact that his hair's a lot longer than this now, and he no longer wears the shorts. He now just has, like, standard wrestling trunks. Other than that, just about the same as a Rusev basic that's out now. Of course, he doesn't have taped feet anymore. He now wears wrestling shoes, because after he had his injuries, so he probably just wears shoes from now on, just to prevent him from, you know, getting any more leg injuries. I'll put him right there. For his part of the Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure, this is the torso with the jacket. So I'm going to actually do something different. Normally I wait till the end of the video to start snapping the figure together, but I'm going to do it now. Just anyway, I don't know, just for the hell of it, why not? It also saves time on editing. Oh! Paul Bearer is not all there together, but he wants to fall over. And wow, he looks pretty tall. I know I'm not the only one that points out. You know, another famous YouTube figure reviewer, he pointed this out recently, and you guys know what I'm talking about, then yeah, you probably know. Next figure, probably the most popular figure in the line, even though he has another basic and another set of the same attire, and also an elite. Here is Neville. It's the same look he debuted in last year on the main roster. The purple tights with the superhero logo and nothing, on the back. He's got some gray knee pads, got purple kick pads. Pretty decent figure. I have to say he was the hardest for me to find of all the figures, but definitely pretty decent though. At least I was glad to find him. So I'm gonna move Taker over here. Move Neville right there. Now for what he comes with, for Paul Bearer, he comes with the arms. Here they are. So, of course, we're gonna pop them in the sockets. And of course, with all Build-A-Figures, they don't really, go down very well. They just are usually stuck like this. That's always a problem with these Build-A-Figures, but, whatever. So now, Mr. Bear is headless. So who has the head? And also the signature urn that he carried around? Well, none other than the Ayatollah of rock and roll, Y2J. Chris Jericho. And this is a flashback Jericho in basic form. Going back to his early days when he started wrestling. Back in the early days of Y2J, back in 1999. He's got that ponytail, right there with his long hair. This is a same head scan used with the entrance Chris Jericho from 5 years ago. The attire, it's okay. Black tights with some orange, yellow, green, blue. Which I actually have a Jax figure that has the same tire but has a different head scan. Other than that, decent figure Jericho. And not too hard to find. I remember I found more of Jericho and Undertaker than I did of Rusev and Neville. Now finally, like I mentioned, the only way to complete Paul Bearer is have Jericho because he has the head. Here he is, Mr. Paul Bearer. Won't you put my head on my body? Oh yes! Of course, gotta make sure you're snapping in place without breaking the ball joint, so be careful when you do it. There you go. And Paul Bearer is complete. And finally, he has the urn, which, unfortunately, he cannot hold. It sucks they couldn't give him a hand that can hold it very well, so you just have to hold it like this. I mean, I guess it sits in place. Of course, manage to take Undertaker right here. So, yeah, here we go. So, that's my review of the Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure set. I'm going to go back out a little, do this. It's a decent set. I think it's a little better than the set we got that they got in Europe with Kofi and Daniel Bryan, Damien Sandow, and Dolph Ziggler. Because, boy, I'll tell you what, that set would have definitely been a peg warmer here in the U.S., so I'm glad we got a different set. Plus, I think I mentioned it before, I'm so glad this was a Walmart exclusive and not Toys R Us, because Toys R Us was not doing very well of keeping these kinds of sets in stock, and when they did, they overstocked them, and, well, and plus, there's only one in my area, so I'm actually glad I had a better chance of finding these at Walmart than going to Toys R Us, or even have to buy them online for sometimes more money, but that's just me. Anyways, decent set. I still wish they would have made Paul Bearer into a standard figure, maybe someday they will. And I'm sure they'll still use the Build-A-Figure parts, but whatever, that's how Mattel is. Feel free to leave your guys' comments on this video. Let me know what you think about the Paul Bearer set. And that's about it. New to my channel, hit that subscribe button, like the video, hit that like button, and stay tuned for more videos. I'm Revolution Cowboy, rock on, and keep collecting.